Hey there, Wastelanders. It is Brett and Mike, and thank you so much for joining me. Today is our first official Sit Down Sunday, and I just recorded a 20-minute Sit Down Sunday to look down and realize it wasn't recording at all. So, today we're going to be talking about everything from the Legion to the Death Claws and all that. It's a bit of a rant day. We're in the office. We're talking. I have 9 minutes, so let's get into it. I am extremely disappointed with certain aspects of the show, but I also am very happy with other aspects of the show. The continuation of the Mr. House lore is thrilling. I loved every single part of it. I liked the stuff with Cold Fusion and how it never got uh, there, which ultimately led to him being stuck in a coma. And now it's finally returned to him, and all the possibilities that it may have for not only Mr. House, but the Wasteland as a whole. But the Legion. Why'd you do the Legion so bad? And I'm not saying that you did the NCR any justice or not, but let's talk about it. So you give us about 13 minutes of the Legion total. That's it. You only gave us 13 minutes, around that. Probably less time, to be honest. And we don't know anything about them. And I'm saying this from a just watching the show standpoint. Of course we know about them. Now some people are upset because they're using guns. The Legion has always used guns. They don't want to be reliant on guns, though. But I was kind of happy with the guns they used because a lot of them were different variations of the guns we see in the games, which is something I like. I like that instead of retconning the way a gun looks from game to game, it's just a different version or made by someone else or something like that. Like, we see the handmade rifles, which is like the assault rifle or the Chinese assault rifle in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. We see those. We see them carrying those, and then we also see them carrying the handmaids from Fallout 4. Love that. The armor's sick. We see that a few of them still use melee, but there's one thing, and that is, how are we supposed to just be like, oh, these big bad guys, they kill hang people on cross, they bad. This is Fallout, man, and you gotta put a little bit more, especially if you're going back to a very beloved faction, which, hey, I'm not a Legion fanboy, I'm not an NCR fanboy, but I really enjoy their factions a lot and the way they think and stuff. And they took a cool faction that has some huge flaws and is inherently evil, but still has a reason behind it and is also very successful in what they do. And they just turn them into raiders, basically. Same thing that they did with the Great Khans. Now, I can understand that they wanted to capture him, but it almost seems like in that first shot, the ghoul took advantage of the Great Khans having a bounty on him because he was messing with them for years and years. And so they take that as a chance to steal from them, and Lucy and him just kill a bunch of, most likely, not that hostile Great Khans. It doesn't make any sense at all to me in any way, shape, or form. Um, I don't know, but what they did with the Legion, and then they just fight a battle, which we've been waiting to see the entire season, and they blue balled us in episode 3 with, and now we see the end of it. We see that he finally finds out that Caesar thought that the Legion would die with him, which I don't know how I feel about that yet. I still have to meditate on that because I don't know if I like it a lot or if I really don't like it. Because I think Caesar knows he would die. He knows that he's not going to live forever. And so I have a feeling that's one of the biggest reasons he's trying to get to Vegas. So he can finally settle down and turn this tribe of killers into a tribe, or this group of killers into something more. That's why I kind of think the ending with the Legion is very ambiguous and a lot could happen. And I think the season would have been cooler is if they showed up to Vegas and it was run by the Legion, but they already were acting more intelligent, and they had kind of made their own Rome there. That would have been a whole lot better than what we got. And that's something I wouldn't want at all. But I'm saying that because it would be better than a destroyed Vegas with the most ambiguous endings ever. No ending is possible, by the way. There's no ending that's actually possible with everything they've showed us. So we're seeing an ending that never happened. Which means that what we did in the games was for nothing. And now you may say, oh, well, war never changes. That doesn't mean everything gets destroyed in 15 years, and that something that the Courier is told in every ending that will have huge changing ramifications for not only the Mojave, but the entire wasteland as a whole is just all baloney. Which means the 15 years that we've made stories and we've come up with potential endings and what could come from these endings is all for nothing, and it's because they just wanted to get the people who were hating on the show to like it because they're going to Vegas. Yet they did Vegas a terrible injustice. They did not show Vegas off in any way, shape, or form. We saw about 3 or 4 places that we were familiar with, and they were all destroyed and nothing like what they were in the games, and then you altered them very big time, which, I mean, you could have had Freeside changed, but there's not even a stage in the Wrangler. And also the Wrangler doesn't change from pre-war to post-war. So, I mean, they must be keeping that place nice and shabby. The only thing that changes is the mounted head on the wall. Like, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Why did you take us here? You realistically, the only reason you were here was for House and the administrative vault, and everything else does not matter at all. And you dragged us along with plot lines that never got finished. Every episode, you made us sit through this horrible Betty versus the Snack Club for you not to show how it resolves. Or is that how it resolves? Is Betty just turning on the power? Everything's back to normal. You guys can go back to the club. Like, bro, what? It doesn't make sense. And also, I forget what his name is. That's the worst part. Russ or Gene or Gus or whatever his name is, the leader of the Snack Club, seemed to be an intelligent yet, like all vault dwellers, naive, but still intelligent, to now he's kind of like a childlike dumbness in this season. The first time we see him, he's walking around the vault, licking a big lollipop, messing around with the... What? And then the digression of the Ghoul and Lucy and what they've become. The Ghoul is just... Is that what we're going to see every season? And also, if you guys wanted to fill in time with stuff, why didn't you show Lucy and Ghoul's travels to the Mojave? You could have done so much there. They could have passed through and met so many different people. All sorts of things. Or why didn't you do callbacks? Why didn't you call up Danny Trejo and have him reprise his role as Raoul and be a little bit of the lore dump instead of some random bartender we've never seen that shouldn't run that place? So, from what we know, pretty much, this is what I think happened. This is the canonical ending. You get shot in the head by Benny, and the entire game is the last of your neurons firing off, and you reliving what you think happened in the Wasteland, and it's all your imagination coming up with all these characters and factions. It's all just in the Courier's head as he's slowly bleeding out. That's what happened. That's the true ending. And then Benny walked into Vegas and one of the Securitrons swooped him up. Hey, Mr. House, one of the biggest things. If you knew that Benny was gonna take the chip, why didn't you ambush him right when he entered the strip? You had no use for the Courier. And it wouldn't have had to be a big deal. 4 Securitrons, you could have had a Securitron full force run into him and knock him out, take the chip, bro wakes up, you have the chip, he can go back to the place. Why? Oh, I don't want to cause a scene. So I'm going to go in the tops and cause a scene, but you don't want to because it's bad for business. Brother, you have an army of robots. Why should it matter? That's one of my only qualms with the game, though. But yeah, I don't know. We were all over the place today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Brother Mike's got to go now, but we will be streaming later tonight. I'm watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, though, first. So we'll probably be live around 11:15 p.m. Eastern tonight. We'll be playing, I don't know yet. We may play something different from the Fallout games, and I don't think, I don't know if we'll hop into Red Dead. But, yeah, no video tomorrow, my friends. We will have a big live stream tomorrow. Also, soon, I'm trying to find the right day, I'm going to be watching all of the Fallout show. Season 1 to Season 2, back to back to back, live, on stream, talking about it, categorizing it so I can get some more information, because I have a big theory, and that is that Season 1, while I do like some Season 2 more, I know, shocker, Season 1 was put together a lot more and is like a more of a story. Season 2, it seems like a lot was cut out and stuff was thrown all over the place. But that's all I have for you guys today. Everyone make sure you clean your ghoul hole. And, yeah, thank you guys so much. I think we're at 1,382 subscribers the last time I saw. So I really appreciate it all of you. Yeah, and you don't forget, you are cared for, you are loved, and you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.